your roast rate time. But we do have Brian's Bean of the Month. We have a nice Panama. I had to watch his VOD for when he roasted this one because I didn't get the card, and I think he didn't send the card out with this one, and I think he does that so that I have to watch his VODs. You know, Brian, welcome in. Thank you so much for your subscription. If you guys don't know Brian at Fat Beans Coffee Lab, so when you learn not to, yes, you never do, you never do. But Brian roasts these beans live on Twitch. Thanks, Irv. Thanks. I hardly consider myself a professional streamer. But I believe this is going to be a little bit of a light roast. If you'll notice, if I can get some more light in there, they're a little bit lighter than we normally have. When he did his tasting, he roasted a medium, and he didn't quite get the flavors that he was anticipating out of those taste, or he didn't quite get the flavors that he was expecting or wanted out of the beans. Pops, thank you for the 9 months. Ma, I know we almost started late because I didn't have Pops yelling at me the entire time that it was coffee time. But taste notes, we're looking for apple, a little bit of caramel, and he said pecan aftertones. Slightly acidic, but should be a pretty smooth cup of coffee. Brian is tremendously knowledgeable on his coffee, and he'll gladly answer any questions that you guys have about coffee and the roasting process. He's been doing it for a while. Pecan, you know it. Pecan. But, pecan! Anyway, it's pecan. It's pecan. Pecan. That's the great debate, isn't it? Pecan or pecan? You'll never know. But, yeah, thank you for the 9 months, Pops. Much appreciated. With it being a little bit of a light roast, we'll see, I see what you did there. Should be interesting. If it's he was talking about the caramel's not quite as pronounced. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm curious for my thoughts on this one. I'm excited for it. I really enjoyed watching your VOD for this one, Brian. And I didn't realize that you did something on YouTube here recently. Look at that nice dark cup of roast you got there, Brian. Isn't that so lovely? Nice, black, as a good coffee should be. But we'll see. You know how we do. Badge of honor. Well, I appreciate you wearing that badge, good sir. I can't believe that we're 12 months into this. We'll be having the good old... What do the beans look like? You'll have to watch the VOD. We already showed them off. But, we got... Trying to get some more light in there. A little bit of kernels in it, but nothing too bad. This is going to be a little bit of a lighter roast. At this point, shouldn't give an artist badge. That's fair. I probably should. I think I have an extra one. One more. But, roasting beans is an art, for sure. And Brian, I can't thank you enough for all the support you have given. Is that some dark corn you got there? Yes, dark corn, for sure. But I can't thank you enough for all the support you've given the channel through your beans in itself. And just 12 months of subscription. It means the world to me, buddy. And you make a quality product. I cannot hype you up enough. But, so we'll see how this one pans out. I too enjoy coffee. Brian makes a great product. Ooh. Ooh. That is sweet. Um, I can get the slightly acidic aftertones. That is nice. I can so the apple is quite. It is so much better than the dill coffee. Whoa, so much better. But the apple is definitely very forefront on the taste. It hit hard. I was not expecting that sweet of a first bite. And then, so it starts out very, very apple. Wow. That is nice. Especially for it being a light roast. I assume it's like medium light, Brian? Is that how you did these? A little bit chasing the light side of medium. But, does it charge apple prices, though? Nothing charges that expensive, Riv. No, it did not. It cost me $15. The caramel is definitely an aftertone. Right on the front of medium. That's what I kind of thought. Just based off of the way that the ground beans looked. But so apple hits hard. Caramel is kind of an afterthought, I'd say. It's not very like intrusive. The apple is still at the front of the entire drinking experience. I don't quite get the pecan aftertones. I don't know if that's just me or if it's not hitting the right part of my tongue. But very appley, and the caramel. I'd say the apple and the caramel probably hit at the same time. The apple is just stronger than the caramel. The caramel is always there if you're like looking for it. It never pops up like some Central Americans. Pops up. But yeah, that is a strong apple coffee. That is a very good cup of coffee, Brian. It might be so for the acidity. There's a little bit of it at the end. Gets the edges of your tongue. You know what I mean? You can like feel it afterwards. But it is. It's not overly. It's not overbearing. We've had smoother cups of coffee on the channel, but for the most part, it's not overly bitter. Especially considering you've got the apple flavors that's sweet to begin with. It probably takes a bite off of the acidity. And the caramel undertone is just, it pairs very well with it. I'm probably going to give you a 9. Just because it's not, I mean, it was more like, it popped a lot more than I was anticipating, especially off of the VOD. I was kind of anticipating a duller apple taste. I was not expecting something that sweet. How we doing, Chesh? Welcome in. But a 9 for sure. It was very surprising. Just in time for sure. It's definitely something I would drink every day. Which is surprising because man, that's good. I'd say you almost got a dime. Almost. Not quite there. I think if that pecan would have hit, I would have given it a 10. But I battled with that coffee trying to get it to show. You did a wonderful job, Ryan. But that is, that's nice. But no, Pops, it's going to be a 9. I can't give him all the dimes. But no, I think if that pecan would have hit, I would have given it a 10. It just, it's not there. And it's not because of the... It's not because, like, that's what was, shown. Because in all reality, I wouldn't have had... We don't do halves here, Pops. All or nothing. It's just that the apple and the caramel work really well together. But then it just... I think if that pecan would have hit, it would have been... Knocked me off my socks more than it already did. But, yeah. What do you have for us next month, Brian? That's my first time I've ever had Panama. But if you guys are interested in supporting Brian and buying the coffees that he makes, Rwanda. Oh. That's exciting. We do not do decaf here. Nope. No deal, Pops. No deal. But if you like what you see here, if you want to try these out for yourself, you can't get this bean on his website. I looked because I was trying to get something for tasty notes. You can request decaf all you want. Ma's a strong, independent woman. She doesn't need me to try her coffees for her. Decaf just doesn't sit with me. It's not... My body don't like it. It knows it's a fake. I really need to get my camera longer so that I can sit here and I don't have the shadows. I know you got beans. I ain't trying them. We did one decaf, alright? We did one decaf for Ma. And that's enough. That's all I'm saying. Decaf is what lies taste like. Exactly. Alpha gets it. But Beanman, as always, thank you very much for another great bean. I'm looking forward to drinking on this for the week. And we'll go from there. I'm going to go fill up my coffee cup. I shall go to roast it because I don't know what it's supposed to taste like. Well, I'm glad that you have enough knowledge about what the taste is so that it gives me a pathway to figure out. You know what I mean? If I were to... I think I would have gotten this one by myself without the tasting notes. Oh, you wouldn't, Chesh. You wouldn't. Oh, decaf it. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Brian. But I think I could have gotten this by myself without taste notes. Just because that's how predominant the apple and caramel were. But, as always, it's... We've talked about it before. My nose is not what it used to be. After having an accident and breaking my nose, and it doesn't quite work like it used to be. But thankfully, we've got taste notes, and it really helps guide. Really helps me pull out those flavors, and that way I can give you guys the best roast rate that I can. But I'm gonna go fill up my coffee cup. We will be back for a recap. 9 out of 10. Very good cup of coffee. Would drink again. And I look forward to drinking again. The apple was a very forefront. Overwhelmed the caramel a little bit at first. And then... Excuse me. The more you drank it, the better the caramel came into flavor. Pecan, not quite there. We'll see if I get more as it sits. And then a very smooth cup of coffee with a bit of an acidic aftertone. But we'll go back to the BRB screen, see if I can't remember to unmute my microphone when I come back. And we'll get to dying some more because I'm terrible at shooters. But give me a few and we'll be back. Strike. Beautiful. Thank you, Brian.